Hey everyone. Mm. Every time I get on live, my phone always vibrating. That's funny. Mm. I'm just gonna go ahead and get started. I want to tell y'all about what I've been experiencing for the last 3 days at this motel that I'm currently in. Oh. Hey, Fontany. Yes, all is well. I wanted to come on and share what I've been experiencing for the last 3 days and how the enemy tried to, I don't know what he tried it, but he tried it though. He tried it. I'm gonna go ahead and get started, and whoever catch the replay, just catch the replay. Okay, so like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So for the last few days, I've been going up to the front, like, well, not the last few days, but every morning I go up to the front to communicate with the front desk people to let them know, like, I'm short on this amount and, I'm going to pay later or whatever the case may be, just so that everybody is on the same page and there's no misunderstanding. And I just been doing my due diligence just to get up every morning around 9ish and to let the front desk know like what's going on or whatever. So for these last few days, this one guy, that I guess he just came back from being off or vacation, I don't know. But this one guy, all of a sudden, I end up seeing him. It was like I said, it's been the past few days. This one guy, right, at the front desk, because it's only a few of them that work. And so it's like maybe like 4 or 5 different people that work at the front desk at this motel that I'm in. So this one guy, I went up there to let them know, let him know about what was going on, and that the general manager had gave me a fixed rate, and said that whenever I receive the funds I could just come back and pay. I was just letting him know, informing him on what I was told by the general manager, which I did give a testimony about that in my last live. But this guy here, he's talking about, well, he was like, well, there's a late fee, and it's what he said, hold on, I'm sorry. So he told me, this one particular guy, mind you, is other people that I haven't had no trouble with, and no one have mentioned anything like this guy is mentioning. So this guy mentioned, he was like, well, it's a late fee of $25 after 11 o'clock, and the computer system automatically charges. So I'm like, well, the general manager haven't mentioned nothing to me about a late fee. It just doesn't make sense. So he was like, well, it's a $25, late fee. So I'm like, okay. Mind you, I done went through other people at this motel. No one have mentioned anything about a late fee. And if that was the case, how come the general manager didn't mention anything about a late fee when he the one that offered me the fixed rate to stay here at the motel and to continue to pay that fixed rate? If that was the case, like, why he didn't mention a late fee? Okay. So the next day, the guy is here, this same guy that mentioned about a late fee. Mind you, nobody else have said anything about a late fee to me besides him. So I go up there again, and I tell him, hey, I'm short, da 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 da. Okay. It's like he's still trying to, it's like, I feel like he's trying to create a problem when it shouldn't even be a problem. Like, it's really unnecessary. Like, he the only one I feel like is trying to create a problem. And I don't know what it is, but I can tell that he's being used by the enemy because it just doesn't make sense. Like, it really don't. So it's like, I've been pretty good here. I don't have favor here at this motel and everything. But this one guy, all of a sudden, come out of nowhere, talking about late fees and this, that, and the third. Okay, so I can see how the enemy is trying to poke at me. This is like, the enemy just don't want you to be great for nothing in this world, because it's so funny how I've been fine all this time. I've been here literally a week and a few days, and then all of a sudden this one person come along trying to create a problem, talking about late fees. So I already knew from the day one when he said somebody, I'm like, okay, he trying to create a problem, and I can see how he's being used by the enemy, because it's a manipulating spirit and a deceiving spirit that he's operating out of. So I just immediately, like, I came back to the room and I started praying. Like, that God deal with his heart or whatever, because I see where this is going already. Day two was like kind of the same thing. He steady mentioning about a late fee or whatever. So today, I see him this morning. I go up there again. Mind you, I'm doing my due diligence to go up there and communicate with these people about the fact that, I don't have the full amount. I'm just short and I'm going to pay it, So this morning, I go up there to the front desk to let him know, right? He's talking about, I spoke with the general manager, and he said, oh, that was just for one day, a one-time thing, and courtesy and all that, right? So I'm like, what? That's not what the general manager told me. And mind you, let me go back. Before I even continue to go on, let me go back how the fact that I actually asked someone else, and I told someone else about the guy, and they said it's not even no late fees here. They don't do late fees here. But he the only one that's talking about a late fee. And the young boy was telling me how he's trying to use that to pocket the late fee, the $25 late fee that he's mentioning. He's trying to pocket it. So the fact that he's trying to charge people late fees just for his own self-gain, but he's lying, and that's so wrong that he's trying to do that to people. So fast forward today, like I said, when I talked to him this morning, he's talking about he spoke with the general manager, and it was just a one-time thing and one-time courtesy, and just seeing all this stuff. So I'm like, okay. I came back to the room, started praying for him again, because he needs prayer, because something is not right. He's manipulating, he's deceiving. This the spirit that's operating in him. Like, something's not right. And like I said, I can see how the enemy is trying to poke at me, because he the only one that's trying to create a problem when it ain't no problem. I know what the general manager told me. And if that was the case, why he didn't mention it to me when he offered me the fixed rate? I just find it odd that you are the only one at this front desk mentioning stuff like this and nobody else. It just doesn't make sense to me. You don't make sense, and this don't make sense at all. So I don't know who he think he's fooling, but he ain't fooling me. So it's just like, okay, well, I'm like, well, do you know when the general manager come? Oh, he's not gonna come today. Well, how about when I received the funds around 5 p.m. this afternoon, the general manager was here, because I was just waiting, because I haven't seen him since that day he offered me the fixed rate. So he told me this morning, oh, he's not gonna come in today. Okay, all right. Well, how about I seen him when I went to go pay around 5 this afternoon? This man here, yeah, it's the spirits that's in him. So I went to go make my payment, And thank you to those who sown. I really appreciate it a lot. And may God bless you, truly. And those who have been reposting my post. I am talking about my faith journey with God as well. For those of you who are new and just following along. So, like I said, I went to go pay around 5-ish. And so I was telling the front desk, one of the other front desk guys, this afternoon about what was going on with the guy that's been talking about a late fee and this, that, and the third. So apparently this man does this a lot to other people that stay here at the motel. He's the only one that's doing that a lot. So they actually are familiar with what I'm saying to them, which is so funny. And the fact that he's still here, that is, that's something else. So I ended up speaking with the general manager, right? Because he was outside talking to someone. So I'm like, I waited for him to finish talking, and then I was like, can I talk to you? Because I want to get an understanding of like what's really going on. Because I've been doing my part in communicating with everybody since I've been here. But this one individual is saying something about late fees, and he spoke with you today, and this, that. He was like, no, he did not speak with me. He have not spoke with me. He said there is no late fees. I know what I told you. I offer you this amount. This is the amount that you are going to pay as long as you are here. I'm like, okay, because he's saying this, that, he's saying this about a late fee. And he was like, well, you know what, come in here with the other person. And he let the other person know too, like, hey, she's going to be paying this amount, and whenever she can pay it is whenever she can pay it, as long as it's paid in the same day. God be the glory. Nothing but favor. So I was like, well, thank you. Because he's informing everybody else, what he said. Like, I got his approval. So I'm good. But this one man just operating out a manipulating spirit and a deceiving spirit, and trying to charge people $25 to pocket it. That's just crazy to me. So that's what I've been experiencing these last few days. And like I said, I already know that I already saw like where it was going. Like, hey, I already see how the enemy was operating in this person. And I just, like I said, I started praying for him, because he's the only one that's mentioning something that nobody else is mentioning. And it just didn't make sense to me. And so the general manager said that he actually helped out a lot of people here at this motel that I'm in. Because he know that people are going through things and have made sacrifices. That, this is what he said. And he said that he helped out people. He know people that actually live here. And I was like, I see that people actually live in this motel. And I was like, as he was talking to me and telling me that, like, as long as you pay on the same day, that's all that matters. But he know that people are going through things. Like, he's very understanding. And I was like, that's exactly why God is going to bless you, because you're taking care of his people. You are helping his people. You're being very understanding, and you're not charging any late fees or anything. Like, you are going to be blessed. God is going to bless you. And the things that I said, like, it literally touched him, because he was like, I needed to hear that. It touched me when he was telling me how he helping people that is here, because he know they live here. He know their situation. It literally touched me. Like, I literally was about to come to tears. Hey, I was literally about to cry, and he was about to. I could tell it touched him too, because his eyes. I just saw it in his eyes. I said, the fact that you're helping God's people, that's why God is going to bless you. He's going to bless you, because you are doing something that's good. You're helping his people. And he was like, I needed to hear that. I'm doing good. How are you? I'm just sharing about what I've been experiencing for the last few days, and what I experienced today. But you guys may have to catch the replay, because I don't want to be repeating all this stuff over. But hey, y'all. I hope you guys are doing well. Yes. Nia love. Let me see. I had said 7:30, y'all. Let me see. I came on just maybe a couple minutes late. But what I was saying though is just the fact that the enemy do not want you to be great. You could be doing fine, nothing's going on wrong with you or nothing, right? And the enemy will find a way to use somebody. It could be somebody close to you or whoever. He could find somebody to use, and they're going to allow him to use. They are going to allow the enemy to use them without even knowing they're being used. This man is operating out of a manipulating spirit and deceitful spirit, trying to charge people $25 late fees when this motel don't even charge late fees. Make it make sense. Like, what are you doing, sir? But like I said, I already knew what was going on. I guess I already saw where it was going already, because yeah, it's like, dang, you need an enemy like Satan or whoever, whatever. Have several seats back in here where you belong, okay? Because you need for you to leave me alone. I've been okay. I've been at peace. God be the glory. God has given me peace continuously, because baby, I need the peace. I just want to keep the peace, because walking by faith, listen, it takes a lot of courage and boldness to just be in this and depending on God every day, daily. As you guys can see, if you're following along, you see my community posts, I depend on God daily for him to provide for me on this faith journey. But I also have seen how God have moved for me as well, because this is not the first at all. But let me tell you, the enemy will find ways to try to attack you, you know, and it's just like, you have to be mindful. You really do. And especially through somebody, like, just to have that discernment to know what spirit is operating in that person and not to take it personal, you know, because it's not them, it's the spirit that's in them. And that's where God is definitely teaching me, you know, and helping me to discern the spirits that's in people, and not to look at them physically, but know that it's something operating in them. And so I can see how God is teaching me that, to have discernment, you know, and not to always look at things from a physical standpoint, but a spiritual standpoint. And you know, it's like, and that could be kind of hard, because you know, you see everything with your natural eyesight. So it's just like, you take stuff for what it is, you see it for what it is, you see them for who they are or whatever. So it's just like, you know, when you get caught up in a moment, whether you talking to somebody, going through something, you're not thinking about nothing spiritual. You're not thinking about, oh, they operate out of spirit. You're not thinking about that. You're thinking about who you looking at and who you talking to and who you see them for who they are or whatever. We not, like, all that stuff kind of go out the window in a sense, but that's why you got to stay grounded in your word and stay close to God, because I'm telling you, I'm not perfect by a long shot. Some stuff really go out the window, and I definitely don't be thinking about certain things all the time, because it's just like, that's not what I'm thinking about. You know, I'm not thinking about stuff always from a spiritual standpoint. I'm really not. And also, I was just laying on the bed, right, and I opened my Bible. God took me to Isaiah 66. And then after I finished it or whatever, it's just like, you know, I'm very vulnerable, and just transparent and just honest with God. And I was just telling God, like, honestly, only if we knew this stuff from the time that we was born, it would be so much easier. The word just seems so simple. The things that he speaks about in the Bible seem so simple to do, but it is actually hard for a lot of people to stay grounded in. Like, if we knew to do these things when we was birthed, it wouldn't be so hard for people to do these things and to walk it out. But the fact that we was conditioned into sin and conditioned to believe this, that, and the third, and to do certain things, it's so hard for people to draw to the word and to walk it out and to apply it, because it seems like it's so much that is required. And that's what I was just telling God. It's just like, it's so much that it seems overwhelming at times. Like, it's just like, dang, all this is required. But it seems so simple, but so much is required. Like, it's too much. And I'm sure that's how a lot of people feel. Like, I know a lot of people feel that way, because, like, when you're conditioned to, like, certain things, that's what you know. But that's why you have to unlearn and relearn. And that's a process in itself. That's a whole journey to unlearn the things that you were taught and brought up on, and then to relearn something else. Like, it's a process. This is a journey. All of this is a journey. It never stops, you know. And that's why you have to have consistency and that spiritual discipline to be in the word, to stay close to God, and to do this, that, and the third. Because if you don't, then, you know, it's like a battle. And then, of course, the enemy, he's tugging on you. He's fighting with you, because he don't want you to be in the word. He don't want you to be close to God. He don't want you to be doing things that is right. You know, it's a lot. But I know somebody can relate. But, yeah, y'all. I pray this blesses someone, encourage you, something. And you guys can, like, let me know in the comments, because I know you'll be able to watch the replay. I'll have it up. But it was definitely nice meeting you all. Let me see here. And God bless you all. And welcome to my channel, to those who are new, because there's a lot of new people who have been following. And I appreciate you guys so much. If you're praying for me, sowing, giving, whatever you feel led to do, I appreciate you all so much. And I'm glad that you all are being encouraged. You guys are even giving me encouraging words. I appreciate that so much. And I've been responding back to a lot of you guys' comments and stuff. So yeah, I'm just walking by faith, doing the best that I can to be obedient and to tell my story in hopes that it helps somebody, encourage you, inspire you. You believe again, you come to repentance, you draw near to God, whatever the case may be. I am praying that you all who all encounter my videos, you know, all those things that I just mentioned, that it, you know, it happens for you, you know. So I definitely continue to pray, you know, for those who encounter my videos and stuff like that, like that you guys get something from my videos. Honestly, it's not for me, it's really for God's glory and to help somebody. It's all about helping. It's all about change. It's all about making an impact, guiding people back to God and guiding people into their purpose. That's what it's all about, you know. And so I hope that you all stay encouraged, draw near to God, do the best that you can, give him the best that you can. Honestly, we're not perfect. I'm not perfect. I don't want to be perfect. I'm very imperfect. And I'm not trying to be perfect for nobody. Listen, God is definitely shaping, making, and molding me. That's a fact. But listen, I'm by far perfect. Like, for real. Because listen, it's a lot of things that I am not with at all. And I'm just being honest. A lot of things, like, I'm bad enough, not even bad enough. I'm already doing this, and it took a lot of courage and boldness for me to do this. But certain things, listen, I be like, God, like, listen, I am not with this, that, and the third. Like, no, and no, and no. Like, I'm just being honest. Like, for real, listen, and I made a lot of sacrifices, okay? So, your girl is tired. But anywho, that's why he gives me the strength that I need. Because, yeah, to keep going and walking this journey out and hoping that it helps someone. So, yeah. So, I'm going to go ahead and get off here. And I will see you guys next time. And God bless you all. And yeah, thank you all so much for joining. And yeah, bye y'all.